Once upon a time, in a very big community, there lived a billionaire named Musa. He was a very wicked man. His cruelty knew no bounds. Anybody daring to offer advice faced the wrath of his merciless bodyguards, ending up to a cage as a warning to others. Fear gripped the town, creating a chilling silence as people dared not to challenge the tyrant. Even his family couldn't soften Musa's heart. When his uncle summoned the courage to advise him against his cruel ways, Musa's response was swift and merciless. He commanded his bodyguards to punish his own uncle, casting his uncle into the same prison that had silenced so many others. Musa, fueled by a sense of entitlement, forcefully snatched girls from their parents, leaving them heartbroken. Parents lived in dread of the day their daughters might catch the attention of the merciless billionaire. The town, paralyzed by the terror of becoming victims themselves, remained silent, each family living in constant fear of Musa's wrath. The once vibrant community became a haunting landscape of subdued voices and stolen innocence. Musa's wealth became a tool of oppression, casting a long and suffocating shadow over the community. His financial influence allowed him to control every aspect of the town, manipulating systems to suit his desires, and silenced the town with the weight of his riches. In that same community, there lived a girl called Amina, who had a sick mother. Amina gave her mother different kinds of medicines, but all failed to be effective. She decided to visit a herbalist who was known for unconditional remedies. The wise herbalist revealed that the only salvation to her mother's illness was the leaf of life that can only be found in the forbidden forest. Amina returned home and told her mother what the herbalist said. Despite the gravity of the situation, her mother refused to let her daughter venture into the forbidden forest. Tears welled in Amina's eyes as she gazed at her ailing mother. But a steadfast determination emerged. Love for her mother eclipsed fear, and with a trembling voice, she promised, "I will return, mother. I will brave the forbidden forest and bring back the leaf that can heal you." Her mother, touched by both the depth of her daughter's love and the gravity of their situation, nodded with a mix of worry and gratitude. Embracing her mother one last time, Amina embarked on a journey into the forbidden forest. Guided by the promise she made and fueled by an unwavering love that refused to be conquered by adversity, As Amina approached the tree of life in the heart of the forbidden forest, hope swelled within her. However, just as she reached out to pluck the life-saving leaf, a wicked witch materialized, casting a dark shadow over her quest. Amina was afraid as the witch confronted her. The witch spoke of the forest's ancient guidance and the consequences of disturbing the forest. Desperation painted Amina's face as she begged for mercy, explaining her mother's condition and the necessity of the enchanted leaf. The witch told Amina that she do not save lives but can only take lives. She offered Amina two options: to stay in the forbidden forest and become her adopted daughter, or to die. Amina, driven by the love she harbored for her sick mother, accepted the first option, to stay in the forest and become the witch-adopted child. She chose to embrace the uncertain future that lay ahead. The forest now her new home, but always thinking of her sick mother and the promise she made to save her. Days turned into agonizing nights as Amina's mother waited, her heart sinking with every passing moment. The weight of her illness and the absence of her daughter became an unbearable burden. Her weakened body succumbed to the inevitable. Her death became a silent witness to the tragedy of a mother's love and a daughter's sacrifice. The forbidden forest, where Amina had embarked on a journey to save her mother, now held a tale of promise unfulfilled. One evening, in the forbidden forest, as the witch slumbered deeply, Amina stealthily plucked the leaf of life and sneaked out of the forest. In her mind, she was running home to save her mother with the leaf, not knowing that her mother was dead. She ran as fast as her legs can carry her. Amina's desperate escape took a harrowing turn as she crossed paths with Musa, the Tyrant Billionaire, and his merciless bodyguards. The billionaire, captivated by her beauty, issued a callous command to seize her. In the blink of an eye, his bodyguards forcibly dragged her into a waiting car. Amina cried and pleaded for freedom, but her cry fell on deaf ears as the vehicle sped away, carrying her into an unknown and perilous future. The once promising journey to save her mother transformed into a nightmare, putting her into a world of darkness. When the witch woke up and couldn't find Amina, she traced Amina's whereabouts through her dark powers and saw her in the billionaire's mansion. She materialized in the billionaire's opulent mansion, demanding the release of her adopted daughter. However, the billionaire callously refused, commanding his bodyguards to punish the intruding witch. As the bodyguard was moving close to the witch to punish her, the witch unleashed her formidable powers, striking the approaching bodyguard with a force that left him lifeless. A chilling silence enveloped the compound as the witch, her eyes ablaze with vengeance, confronted the billionaire. Amina was so scared as she was in the middle of a malevolent witch and a heartless billionaire. The witch, consumed by rage and vengeance, cast a malevolent curse upon the billionaire. In an instant, his opulence crumbled as he transformed into an ugly beast. The once mighty man now found himself trapped in a monstrous existence. The witch, having exacted her revenge, disappeared into the shadows, leaving the cursed billionaire to face the consequences of his cruel actions. The servants, now free from their oppressive master, they all packed their belongings and left. The girls he forcefully took from their parents, and the captives in the prison, they all found freedom. Amina, liberated from the clutches of the billionaire, ran with urgency towards her once cherished home. However, the joy of her escape turned to heartbreak as she discovered her mother was dead and buried by the villagers. Amina, shattered by grief, wept inconsolably by her mother's graveside. In the solitude of her grief-stricken moments, the revelation of the billionaire's cursed fate weighed heavily on her conscience. She found herself blaming her own actions for the misfortune that befell the billionaire. She was tormented by a sense of responsibility. She found herself guilty for the billionaire's cursed existence. The once mighty billionaire, now a wretched and tormented creature. He was helpless, and the helplessness of his situation kept Amina blaming herself, casting a somber shadow over her already grieving heart. Amina, determined to find a way to alleviate the billionaire from the curse, she decided to visit the herbalist. She sought the advice of the herbalist. To her surprise, the herbalist revealed that the only remedy for his condition was a woman's true love. Amina agreed to unlock the power of love that could break the curse and bring solace to the once mighty billionaire. She was fueled by compassion and a newfound sense of purpose, embarked on a courageous journey to the beast's desolate mansion. Upon her arrival, she found the beast roaming the empty compound. The weight of the task ahead pressed upon her as she prepared to confront the challenges of breaking the curse through the transformative power of true love. The beast, initially surprised by Amina's arrival, observed her every move as she seamlessly integrated into his desolate world. Amina, driven by a genuine desire to help and guided by the herbalist's counsel, took on the roles of caretaker and companion. She cooked, washed, and tended to the household chores, creating a semblance of life in the mansion that had been abandoned by others. As days passed, a silent connection began to form between them. A delicate thread, weaving the potential for the true love that held the key to breaking the curse. One day, as Amina seated beside the beast, He remembered his own past and questioned Amina why she chose to love him despite his history of wickedness. In a tender moment, Amina explained that redemption and transformation were possible for anyone, and that the love she offered was based on the person he was becoming rather than the mistakes of his past. The beast dropped tears from his eyes. Amina wiped the tears and kissed him. An unexpected magic unfolded. A tender kiss, filled with genuine emotion, became the key for an astonishing transformation. The beast, overwhelmed with surprise and gratitude, reverted to his normal self. Amina and the once beast, now a man, stood in shock and disbelief. The power of love had not only broken the curse, but had also paved the way for redemption and a second chance. Reborn from the ashes of his past, Musa, the billionaire who was once a beast, embarked on a transformative journey to right the wrongs he had committed. With newfound purpose and remorse, he visited the families he had wronged, humbly begging for forgiveness and offering financial reparations. One by one, he sought out those he had harmed, extending sincere apologies and making amends. Generosity replaced wickedness as he bestowed significant financial reparations on those whose lives had been disrupted by his previous actions. Embracing a new chapter of redemption and love, Musa and Amina joined their lives in marriage. The community, witnessing the remarkable transformation and the power of forgiveness, celebrated their union. The couple, now bound by a shared commitment to a better future, united by love, and their marriage was blessed with 3 beautiful children.